Good evening, and welcome to Reflective Digital Presentation by Ruthie Bass, Educ 630 Technology Practices for Instructional Improvement. In this presentation, we will look at some awesome technology usage that we picked up: Symbaloo, WebQuest, Powtoon, Newton, blended learning, and accessibility technology tools. Symbaloo, it's a personal start page that allows you to easily navigate the web and compile your favorite sites all into one visual interface. Takes your favorites out of hiding. There's a great website that is for educators especially. Does some awesome things as well. And here's my reflection of Symbaloo. The next one we talked about is WebQuest. WebQuest is an awesome tool that can be used to enhance learning in the classroom, challenge students' minds. There are several reasons that teachers want to use WebQuest. I'll just name a few. To begin, a unit as an anticipatory set from Madeline Hunter, to increase competency in the use of technology. And here's my reflection about my WebQuest. The next one that we talked about was Powtoon. Powtoon was another alternative to PowerPoint. All my life, that's all that I always used. But this one was very challenging because I worked with it a lot, but never quite mastered it. But it's something that I think students, especially today's students, would really have a great time learning how to use. Has many features that will intrigue and enhance students. My reflection, as I said, as easy as all of the overviews indicated that Powtoon was to use and navigate, there were times when I was quite frustrated, especially when I didn't master the task of having a voiceover with one of my presentations. But putting in props, the little mini videos, changing characters, and changing fonts finally came natural. However, it took some work to finally produce a decent presentation. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Even though I was a little afraid of it, with the help of the Lord behind me, I got things done. And the next item that we looked at was called Newton. Newton is something that's being used right now, but more so in the future. An awesome piece of technology that does an awesome job at individualizing education for students. Okay. Now, my reflection on the Newton, it doesn't matter how mind-blowing it may seem, it allegedly does exactly what I've been intrigued about this semester. That is an individualized education plan for every student. How unique and special. But sometimes I ponder over whether or not such an application will be successful if the teacher doesn't have 100% buy-in. But as I look at the trends in education of how the role of the traditional teacher in the classroom is evolving, their buy-in may not be important anymore because unfortunately they will become obsolete. And then there's definitely the blended learning. This is something that definitely does not treat all children the same. Allows for a lot of creativity, especially on the teacher's part. Blended learning, the active environment which has student needs as the center of attention. Blended learning is a type of environment in which much preparation is required on the part of the educator. The preparation includes, if possible, to learn who your students are before the first day of school. How? Once a teacher gets the role, send out a newsletter or a form of electronic communication to let students know a little about yourself and the class. Once class begins, start to build those relationships. Children are different, and you have to keep the differentiated learning in mind. But blended learning is an awesome concept, but only as successful as the educator in charge makes it. The next item that we looked at was accessibility technology tools, and some of the great resource accessibility information for Educ 630 came from accessibility for the iPhone and the iPad, Google accessibility products and features, and then Windows accessibility. But because I have an iPhone, this is the accessibility, the accessibility features in this one is what we'll look at. But the iPhone particularly, it's got features for those with vision issues, interaction, reachability, hearing, media, and learning. It has come to the point now that teachers, whether online or offline, need to be able to figure out which one of these accessibility will work with the learner and which disability. Making it easy, no matter what your learning disability or physical disability may be, students deserve a quality education. It'd be great if all students learned the same way, could take assessments the same way, express themselves the same way, or even understood and used the same technology the same way. However, we know that is not true, and technology has advanced so much that the accessibility features in today's devices can be used by all. These are our references. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my presentation of the awesome technologies that are available to students now and in the future.